that I wanted to say, but let me still re-articulate it in my words. The first is, I like your point of not institutionalizing and let's have a moving target. There is enormous amount of dynamism in civil society that we need to respect and we need to nurture. However, what I would say is to see 2 points on this. That one, how do you then scale up the initiative that we have? Civil society, by definition, I would say, is local, and which will be very difficult. I know that that could also be problematized, but it's largely local. Initiatives are local, so how do you upscale it across the country? That's one. Second, I feel again worried when we see the boundaries between civil society and political society as opaque. I think there has to be a lot of osmosis between the two spheres. And my sense is that civil society needs to be able to put the ideas within the political society and the state structures where it gets institutionalized, and then it moves with its targets. So that is an important role, and we cannot just say that we are a moving target and have not created the models to take roots or get institutionalized. So I think that role, maybe civil society should not be doing it. Civil society needs to be constantly outside and continue the challenging role. However, it's also its responsibility to create basic structures, basic environment to be able to institutionalize that. The second point, which Vishnu said, that let's not look at state as a monolithic institution. And I would also, in terms of what Raghu was saying, operationally the distinction might not really be a profound distinction, but I do see institutions within the state structure which are decidedly post-colonial in character. So when you have the National Commission for Women or the SC/ST Commission, the mandate clearly is not colonial in character. And therefore, you already have at least the basic institutional structure where you can start talking of accountability of our constitutional values. How do you do that? At this moment, they're not functioning well, that's all right, but at least they're fundamentally not flawed as the Indian Administrative Services. So I think those are also the energy points where we need to invest our initiatives. Third, I would say that I think we are waxing and waning completely in terms of the potential of democracy in this country. On the one hand, we are trying to say that democracy has all the solutions. Public participation, social action has all the solutions. On the other hand, we say 60 years has taught us that nothing is going to happen. It's just a group of crooks who are sitting together and deciding everything. I would say it's a far more complex scenario. And there are different trajectories of democracy. Mayawati becoming the chief minister and even dreaming of becoming the prime minister, I would say, does give us a lot of hope. The Sati Act, maybe 150 years, I would say that it's been implemented to a great extent. So there are lots of hopes, and they have largely been because of the spaces democracy has been able to create. And democracy has also been able to institutionalize. Yesterday I was talking about that how we are largely getting caught in procedural democracy and not talking of substantive democracy. But let me also say that I do feel that procedural democracy is a necessary precondition for substantive democracy. So let's not do away with the idea of procedural democracy, and let's see how we can institutionalize some of these procedures which are absolutely crucial. Just a final suggestion to Yamini, and listening to all of this, and I don't get enough time to read these days, but my sense is that all the literature being done around accountability is more contemporary and current. Do we have enough literature looking at accountability getting institutionalized over the past 50 years? I'm sure there's some accountability ideas in this country which had been reasonably successful. The idea of, I don't know how people would see, elections have been reasonably fair. That's the assumption which a lot of people make within the given parameters. So can we look at how accountability has gradually become institutionalized I don't know if there are already studies, then I would like to read some of it.
Thank you.